One question, I think people wonder if they can afford to hire a virtual assistant. And, I look at it as, can you afford not to hire a virtual assistant? Because they are going to free up so much of your time. How much of your day do you spend doing mundane tasks that, they're important and you need to get them done every day? Do they take your specific skill set? Because if they don't, then you can hire someone to do that. And you could hire a local person to do that, to be your staff. Admin totally can do that. However, there is, we're always looking at our ROI. What is the return on your investment? If your real estate business is really just kicking ass and you want to have that in-person person in your office, then that's a fantastic option. On the other hand, if you are just growing your business and you don't have a lot of extra cash, then there are several options to hire someone virtually. And by virtually, I mean someone that they're not physically in your office. They could be in California or Florida or Colombia, India, or the Philippines, but they're going to be a bigger multiplier. Your return on your investment, I live in Washington State. If I hired a 40-hour employee in Washington State, I'm looking at about $3,400 a month, and that does not count providing them with an office, a computer, a desk, any extra benefits. That's just paying their wages, paying their Social Security, Medicare, the required stuff. Doesn't count medical insurance, none of that other stuff. So you can easily get into the $4,000 or $5,000 a month. Whereas you can hire a virtual assistant for dramatically less. $1,200 a month probably would be your starting point. Total, several different ways of doing that. You can hire somebody part-time. There are services such as Fiverr.com, Upwork, where you can hire someone just on a contract basis, so you're just picking them up one at a time for an individual project. And you can pick some of those people up and make them be your regular employee. If you're looking for someone who's going to be consistent and who's going to grow and be part of your team, then you really want someone who just works for you. Because if you're hiring someone on one of those services for a living, they're working for a whole bunch of other people, so that doesn't mean they're always going to be available to you or that their loyalties are to you. Whereas when you hire a full-time assistant, they work directly for you. You pay them, you take care of them, you treat them like a team member. They become a part of your business and they have a vested interest. If you do it right, they have a vested interest in your success, and yet your cost is dramatically less. My virtual assistants are from the Philippines. They are the most fantastic employees I've ever had. They are hardworking, they are dedicated to me, they are looking to advance my business. They come up with ideas. They're not people that I just say, go do this. They are part of my team. They develop the strategy with me, bring proposals to me, and we implement those, and they implement those for the most part. Obviously still part of the business, it's mine. But having team members who are vested in your success, I just can't say enough about that. That's how you grow. That's how you buy back your time. I am standing down here in this beautiful home in Cabo. Been here all week. My team is working away, keeping things on track. My transactions are moving forward. My clients are being communicated with. My leads are being followed up with. All that's happening. Well, I've been down here for the last week with my wife and some friends. We've been doing some masterminding and then some playing and going out and enjoying the fruits of our labors. And we can do this because have these virtual assistants working for us. So, that's just been phenomenal for me. So you have to do you. So what's going to work for you? What's the next stage in your business? Because we can only work so many hours a week. I've worked plenty of jobs where I worked 80, 90 hours a week. I have no interest in doing that anymore. What about you? If that's something you want to do? I'm curious. Put in the comments down below, how many hours do you work a week? And then how many hours of work do you week? Let's see, and then how many transactions are you closing each month? So there's a good ratio there. We can get into the dollars and cents. Everybody's in a different market. You got different median sales price. But I'm curious, how many transactions a month are you doing and are you closing, and how many hours a week are you working? Like 3 things that if you could take off of your plate tomorrow and not have to worry about them anymore, somebody else would just handle them, and then they would, give you updates on what's going on. What would those 3 primary tasks? So write those down, make a note of that, and then the next step would be what are the three things that you do on a daily basis that generate the revenue? What are the things that take your specific skill set that you enjoy doing? If you read the book, Buy Back Your Time, he talks about breaking down these different tasks that we do in our daily lives and our business into 4 different areas. But the 2 big ones are those things that generate income, you enjoy doing, and they require your specific skill set. So write those 3 things down and just think about it. And I look forward to talking to you in the future.